Hey guys, welcome back to the final video in the series of the carnivore diet journey. Thank you for being with me through this journey. It has been fun talking about this with you and discussing and reviewing everything I've done in the last 6 months. It's been a real trip, and reviewing it and watching all these videos has been very revealing of just how far I've come. So in this final video, we're going to discuss why I left carnivore, how I transitioned onto keto paleo, what my lab results started looking like. We were talking about that way back in the beginning. And looking forward, how I'm going to move forward from here and keep the weight off. About midway through the carnivore journey, which would be about 1.5 months, I had some labs drawn, and the results were pretty decent. The cholesterols were sky high, which I expected, because when you're on carnivore, you're not really that worried about the raw numbers of the cholesterols. You're more worried about the inflammation markers, and I have become increasingly concerned, based on Dr. Gundry's research, about the effect of oxidation on the bits and pieces of the cholesterols. That's way more important than just the raw numbers. So I wasn't so focused on that as I was on the inflammatory markers, which were very elevated. I expected this, okay? We've talked about the inflammation markers, A1 versus A2, Nu5GC versus Nu5AC, and that's why I transitioned to the fish, shellfish, and fowl, as opposed to beef, pork, or lamb. I transitioned away from those because of the inflammation issues. So I fully expect those inflammation markers to drop. So that was not a huge surprise for me. Like I said, we did labs later, and they were much better. And I will keep updating on that in future videos where we discuss cholesterol and hypercholesteremia as part of the health education channel. So the biggest thing that I was really pleased with was my A1C dropped, my HbA1c, which is a measure of the long-term amount of sugar that's circulating in your body. We'll go into glycosylation of red blood cells later in the health education sections, but just know that the levels dropped from 5.7 to 5.4, which was really nice. I was very surprised. Could I have stayed on the carnivore diet? Yes and no. You know, there's a lot of thinking about the inflammatory states of the cholesterols in the body. We just discussed it as part of my lab results. I was also feeling like I was doing a little bit of self-digestion of my musculature. You know, you can lose a lot of weight through water loss and sarcopenia. Not so much sarcopenia, but self-digestion. Your body will break down your muscles to feed itself if it feels like it needs to. So I was wondering if I wasn't losing a little bit of muscle mass. So I wanted to make a healthy transition to a less harsh diet, which would allow me to open up my food choices and preserve my muscle mass. I wasn't worried about losing weight fast. I was worried about losing weight safely, right? And in a healthy way. And I felt great on carnivore. Don't get me wrong, I felt amazing. But I knew that as fast as I lost the weight, I was probably doing some muscular digestion, and I didn't really want to do that. I really wanted to be healthy in this. I want it to go for a long time. I don't want to be one of these yo-yo dieters that loses all the weight and then gains it all back plus some, right? I wanted to be stronger. I wanted to be able to surf better. I wanted to be able to lift weights and fight sarcopenia. Sarcopenia is muscle loss. And as we age, sarcopenia is real. It's been scientifically proven that people that keep their muscle weight on have a healthier aging process. So I really wanted to be healthy in this. I want to make it, right? I want to make it to the end and not be like this emaciated little waif. I want to be kind of buff, kind of hot, schmaxy. Okay, so I wanted to feel healthy as I aged. So that's pretty much why I transitioned in. Plus, guys, let's just face it. I am a creature comfort child when it comes to food. And there were certain foods that I knew I was getting ready to be able to have, like fruits and vegetables, nuts, and chocolate. I knew I was going to be able to do that again. And so I kind of wanted to get off of carnivore because it was making me sad a little bit. But that's normal, okay? It is also, I will say this, when I first started carnivore and I was watching a lot of videos, there were a lot of people that were like, I mean, die hard, hardcore. You can do this for the rest of your life, blah, 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 blah. Bullshit. I'm just calling bullshit right here and now. If I could do this for the rest of my life, then why am I having to take so many supplements to get back my electrolytes, which I'm peeing off because I'm losing so much weight? There are nutrition deficiencies that you are going to incur if you do carnivore for long term. I was supplementing my electrolytes. I was supplementing my vitamins and minerals that you can't get as easily through carnivore. So it's not a long-term diet. It's a great way to, like Dr. Gundry said, do an elimination, get rid of all the things that you think hurt you, and then reintroduce them one at a time and find out what works. Okay? It is not for the long term. And I'm just going to tell you that. And don't let anybody tell you any different, because I don't know what their deal is, but it isn't for long term. Okay? It isn't. So when I transitioned, I had lost 23 pounds. Okay? And yes, I'm reading notes. Okay? Because there's a lot to go over. And I'm also watching my watch to make sure that the camera doesn't shut off. So what am I eating now? Well, I transitioned to Keto Paleo. And just like Dr. Gundry said, I treated the carnivore as a way to lose weight fast and also as an elimination diet. Okay? I was eating garbage, and we all talked about it. Chronic pain, inflammation, bloating, gaseous emanations that could clear a fucking planet. A rear end that was registered with the FBI as a lethal weapon. I mean, let's just talk about room clearing, okay? So I started introducing foods back slowly. I started with, what did I start with? Looks like I started with mushrooms. Yes, I did. I introduced shiitakes, portobellos, and enokis, which are like they're like the little stalk-looking mushrooms that the Japanese absolutely adore, and so do I. Those were tolerated well. Then I went into the cruciferous vegetables, which are great for your gut buddies. Broccoli and cauliflower. And let's just talk about riced cauliflower, guys. If you're a mashed potato lover, like I am, riced cauliflower is a decent facsimile of a good mashed potato, okay? Don't let anybody tell you any different. You slap some butter, cracked black pepper, and some good sea salt into a bowl of riced cauliflower and honey. If you close your eyes and you think about it, it's a mashed potato. So you can put meat over it. You can cook up portobello mushrooms as a steak and slice it over riced cauliflower and have it as like steak and potatoes. You have to close your eyes a little bit and look at it a little cockeyed like this. But it works. I'm joking because I really do love riced cauliflower and it tastes just like a mashed potato for me. So introduced that, tolerated it well. No bloating, no gas, no ugliness. Then I moved into avos. Can we just talk about avocados for a second? They're God's food. They are God's food. With the Lord as my witness, they are God's food. So much healthy fat, so much amazing fiber, 200 grams, which is kind of the standard size of an avocado, and you will learn this if you use the formula and the Keto app. Again, no affiliation. You will learn that an avocado is a powerhouse. One avocado a day can give you all the healthy fat you need. It has great mouthfeel. If you mush it and gush it and smush it with some onions and some garlic and some spice, it's the best guacamole on the planet, okay? And then you can put it over meats. You can have it with cabbage or lettuce. It can be part of your salad. Now, this is keto, paleo, okay? On the carnivore diet, verboten, strictly verboten, because you are on such a low carb count every day that one avocado would destroy you, just destroy you. So this is after keto paleo, okay? So avos, I ate at least one a day and used them for everything. One of my favorite things is scrambled eggs with an avocado sliced in half and some soy sauce over the avocado and what's it called? Salsa over my eggs. That's breakfast for dinner. And I had it a lot because you get bored and you don't want to do anything serious with your food. So you just make the simple things, man. Breakfast for dinner, easy on the tummy. You get all the fats, proteins. What's not to like? So we did that. So the avos, and then my second favorite thing that I discovered, nuts. Nuts. According to Dr. Gundry, you can do the macadamias, the pistachio, the walnut, and the Brazil. Those 4 nuts alone, in very tiny quantities, 12 grams of each, which was a really nice balance because it gave me the fats and the carbs that I could have and the proteins without blowing out my calorie counts. So I did that, and I didn't have to worry about blowing up my calories. Okay, so 1 little container of nuts in the afternoon, or like right around 2, would completely help me get through the rest of my day and get me to dinner. So that was amazing. Berries in moderation. And when I say in moderation, I mean don't eat a whole damn bowl full, okay? I would allow myself 20 grams, which is, depending on the fruit, I was eating raspberries and blackberries. And then I added in blueberries. Probably shouldn't have done that because blueberries, while they have an amazing amount of polyphenols, which are amazing for our tummy, they are very sugary. And they're like, anything that's the size of like a small grape has got a lot of sugar in it. So raspberries and blackberries are the 2 best berries for you if you're worried about carb content while still getting all the necessary nutrients from these critters, okay? So blackberries, raspberries. I added blueberries later, and you can have those over kefir yogurt, or kefir, goat milk yogurt, which is really tart. And you get your fermentation products, you get your polyphenols, you get your good carbs, you get your great fiber. It's just a really good breakfast, okay? You throw a little more cracked flax in that, and you throw some cocoa over the top, and it is a phenomenal breakfast. So I did that. And then, can we just talk about Trader Joe's dark chocolate for a second? Can we? Can we talk about it? 85% dark cacao chocolate from Trader Joe's is, again, like the avocado, God's gift to man. God's gift to man. Low carb count, low calorie count, high polyphenol, which is a great gut buddy, okay? So tasty. Now, you have to kind of like dark chocolate, okay? I love bitter dark. My girlfriend Abby's like, ew, can't stand it. Calls it granny candy. I'm like, you hush. You bite your tongue, woman. But it's another great source of polyphenols, and it kills that sugar craving. If we just talk about the sugar craving, I still have it. It's just like any other addiction, you never get rid of it. But at least I can have that 85% dark cacao, and it keeps me mentally happy and physically happy. So, I've mentioned a couple of things. I'm going back to my notes real quick. Everything. Oh, didn't talk about fermented foods. My bad. Kimchi, sauerkraut, kefir, goat milk yogurts, natto, which is a fermented soybean that the Japanese absolutely adore, and fermented cheeses. Those are all excellent foods also for polyphenols, gut buddy foods, especially the fermented stuff because it has post biotics, and they are so good for your tummy. So we talked a lot about gut buddies, okay? And the gut buddies love certain things. And everything on this list is Gundry approved. It is necessary for polyphenols and gut buddies. Keep those guys happy, and they're going to keep your immune system happy. They're going to keep you losing weight. They're going to keep you sated. They're going to keep your brain happy. Enough said. The gut buddies are collectively called your gut microbiome, and they are billions and billions of bacteria in your gut that do everything. They produce all kinds of healthy compounds in your body. So there is so much science right now on the gut microbiome, and Dr. Gundry's in the forefront of it. He has people that he works with, especially here in San Diego, apparently, at UCSD, I think. I'll have to double check on that. But there's so much research going into it, and the foods that I'm giving you right now, these lists are all approved. They're not the lectins and the nightshades. Yes, we're back to the lectins and the nightshades and the avoidance of all of such. We want to protect the gut microbiome, okay? You don't want to eat foods that are going to nuke them. no artificial sweeteners. Oh, and the only sweeteners that I use are, I do use stevia, which is becoming questionable as far as the gut microbiome is concerned. So you can use allulose and monk fruit sugar. It's both fig derived, I want to say, fig and monk fruit. Very acceptable, very great substitutes for sugar, okay? So when working on your gut microbiome, you're going to want to introduce all the foods we just talked about, and you will be helping your belly and your body. So yeah, where does that take us? 42 pounds. That was the total. From, let me see, I did the math. 176 to 135 is 41. I bounce a little bit, and I think I might even be down in the low 130s today. And that, for me, doesn't feel the best. I think my ideal weight is going to be between 140 and 145. And I'm fine with that, right? I don't want to be too light. Like we said earlier, we want to age happy, want to age healthy. And when I'm that light, I feel dizzy and kind of fuzzy up here in the cabeza. So 140 to 145, I'm pretty comfortable with. I proved to myself I could do it. I proved to myself how strong I was. I've improved my diet, and I haven't let it slip. I do cheat. I will say, I've started cheating a little bit. I give myself like 1 day a week to kind of be an asshole with my food intake. And I pay for it. We've talked about it throughout this entire video series. I do cheat. I have paid for it. But in a way, I'm kind of willing to give myself that, because if you deny yourself for too long, you will begin to resent yourself and the fact that you're on this harsh thing, and then your mind begins to play tricks on you, and you will slip more and more. So if you let yourself have those little cheat days, and you let yourself have those little cheat treats, it goes a long way towards placating your brain, okay? I am strong, but I am not Superman strong. I'm just me strong. So yeah, the 140 to 145 is my comfort zone. I feel better there. And honestly, when it comes right down to it, it wasn't always about the weight. It was about how I felt in my own skin, how my body felt, how it functioned, my pain levels. Everything was dependent on me doing the things I had to do to make the changes I needed to make. And now I feel good. My pain is better. My attitude is a little better. It's changed who I am, and it changed my life. So I highly recommend that you take up this journey in whatever form you want. You know, be it Keto Paleo, be it Carnivore, be it the transition, however you want to do it. Trust yourself. Take the chance. Jump in with both feet and get it done. Okay? Because I think it will only benefit you. If you've had a similar experience with Keto Paleo, Carnivore, losing a lot of weight, and then trying to transition into a normal lifestyle, let me know in the comments below, please. Reach out. This audience can support each other. We're here to help one another and to share knowledge and to share experiences so that others can benefit and have hope. Hope was the driver for me in the beginning. I had to have the hope that I was going to be successful and that I could do it. And I did it. I've been successful, and I'm maintaining it. I'm not falling off. I haven't jumped off the wagon. I'm going to stay on Keto Paleo for the duration because it tastes good, it feels good, helps me control my diet. I am still using the Keto app. I may let it go at the end of the year when the renewal comes. I may not renew it because I kind of already know what I want to eat. But then again, should you hold on to the things that help you be successful? Hell yeah, you should. So, I don't know. We'll see. There'll be an update at some point. Anyway, so thank you for staying. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit the bell icon for notifications so that you know when I'm producing more videos, because we are getting ready to do the transition out of the personal materials and into the health education channel. So guys, be good or be good at it. But whatever you are, be awesome.